Morning. It's Rise and Shine Yoga, Trayce Pjirrou. Day number 16, so we're halfway point. We're past the halfway point of the 30-day Yoga Headstand Challenge. And this is our morning meditation, visual meditation. This is a silkscreen print poster for an art opening I had in Santa Barbara back in like 96. So what's that? Is that 20 years ago? Or even more? Anyways, this is it. And we can check that out for a minute or two and calm our thoughts and bathe our eyes in color. Got the moon, got the mountains, got the hills, got a guitar. And prepare for a very quick yoga session because I'm massively limited on time right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read from the book. I'm going to do a couple body rolls and go right into a headstand. So it's only going to be like 15 minutes long at the most. Anyways. Here we go. So let's read a little bit from the book about headstands. We're going to read this time instead of the benefits. If you want to find out what Iyengar's take is on the benefits of the headstand, look at yesterday, day number 15. And when I finish warming up, I go and read the book, and I read all his benefits that he lists in the book. Let's see if I can find headstands. Here we go. So I'll do that again down the road. But here, this time around, I'm going to start reading some of the technical aspects. Let's see. Here we go. So this is called the technique for beginners. By the way, Salamba means with support, and Sirsa is the head. Thus we get the name of the pose, Salamba Sirsaana. And so this is a part of a headstand series, and it's called Salamba Sirsaana 1. It's for beginners, actually. Okay, so here we go. Spread a blanket 4-fold on the floor and kneel near it. Number 2, rest the forearms on the center of the blanket. While doing so, take care that the distance between the elbows on the floor is not wider than the shoulders. Interlock the fingers right up to the fingertips so that the palms form a cup. Place the sides of the palms near the little fingers on the blanket. While going up onto your head or balancing, the fingers should be kept tightly locked. If they are left loose, the weight of the body falls on them and the arms ache. So remember to lock them well. Number 4, rest the crown of the head only on the blanket so that the back of the head touches the palms, which are cupped. I'm going to turn this down. Which are cupped. Do not rest the forehead near the back, but only the crown of the head on the blanket. To do this, move the knees towards the head. Number 5, after securing the head position, raise the knees from the floor by moving the toes closer to the head. Okay, so all of this is what we have been doing basically. And then number 6 is exhale. Take a gentle swing from the floor and lift the legs off the ground with bent knees. Take the swing in such a way that both feet leave the floor simultaneously. We've been going up 1 foot at a time. Once this position is secured, follow the various stages of the leg movements as in plates, so on and so forth. Okay. Number 7, stretch the legs, stand on the head, keep the whole body perpendicular to the floor. After staying in the final position to capacity from 1 to 5 minutes, so we're doing that, we're covering that one easy. Flex the knees and slide down to the floor in the reverse order as in plates, blah, blah, blah. So this is the beginner's thing. He's recommending 1 to 5 minutes, going up both feet at the same time, all right? And number 9, a beginner must have the assistance of a friend or do the asana against the wall. While practicing against the wall, the distance between it and the head should not be more than 2 or 3 inches. I was saying 6, so I was wrong. If the distance is greater, then the spine will curve and the stomach will protrude. The weight of the body will be felt on the elbows and the position of the head may change. The face will appear to be flushed and the eyes either strained or puffed. It is therefore advisable for a beginner to do the headstand in a corner where 2 walls meet, placing the head some 2 to 3 inches from either wall. Okay? So number 10, while doing the headstand against the wall or in a corner, the beginner should exhale. Swing the legs up, support the hips against the side of the wall, and move the feet up. In a corner, he can touch the heels to either side of the walls. He should then stretch the back vertically up, gradually leave the support of the wall, and learn to master the balance. While coming down, he can rest the feet and hips against the wall, slide down and kneel, resting his knees on the floor. The movements of coming down and going up should be done with an exhalation. Okay? See how many more there are. So there's only a couple more, but they're long ones. Number 11. The advantage which the beginner has of balancing in a corner is that his head and legs will be in the right angle, formed by the walls, and he will be sure of his right position. This will not be the case if he balances against a straight wall, for while his balance is insecure, he may be away from the wall, or his body may tilt or swing to the stronger side, while his legs may rest against the wall with a bend either at the waist or the hips. The beginner will not be in a position to know that he has tilted to one side, much less to correct it. In time, he may learn to balance on the head, but by habit his body may still tilt or his head may not be straight. It is as hard to correct a wrong pose in the headstand as it is to break a bad habit. So I got to check myself because I'm not sure I'm, doing exactly what he's saying in the headstand. Moreover, this wrong posture may lead to aches and pains in the head, neck, shoulders, and back. But the 2 walls of the corner will help the beginner to keep the asana symmetrical. Number 12. When once balance is secure, it is advisable to come down to the floor with the legs straight, that is, without bending the knees at all. And with a backward action of the legs at first, it is not possible to go up and come down without bending the legs, but the corner method should be learnt. Once the beginner has confidence in the headstand, he will find it more beneficial to go up and down with the legs together and straight without any jerks. So number 13, last one. It takes time for the beginner to become oriented to his surroundings while he is balancing on his head. Everything will seem at first to be completely unfamiliar. The directions and instructions will appear confusing, and he will find it an effort to think clearly or to act logically. This is due to the fear of a fall. The best way to overcome this fear is to face with equanimity the situation of which one is afraid. Then one gets the correct perspective and one is not frightened anymore. To topple over while learning the headstand is not as terrible as we imagine. If one overbalances, one should remember to loosen the interlocked fingers, relax, go limp, and flex the knees. Then one will just roll over and smile. If the fingers are not loosened, they will take the jerk of the fall, which will be painful. If we do not replace and go limp while falling, we hit the floor with a hard bump. If we flex the knees, we're unlikely to graze them in the fall. After one has learned to balance against a wall in a corner, one should try the headstand in the middle of the room. There will be a few spills, and one must learn the art of falling as indicated above. Learning to do Sirsaana in the middle of the room gives the beginner great confidence. Okay. So I never did that in the corner. I did do the wall, so I may not be, fully involving a absolutely correct posture when I'm doing this headstand. But if you are a beginner, you can start in a corner and you can get it wired. So I'm just going to do a couple body rolls in a headstand, shoulder stand, and out. It's going to be short, sweet.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
It's hard for me not to do just a whole half hour of poses before I do a headstand, but we're going to do that exactly that. And I'm going to do Paschimottanasana and then go into the headstand. Got a frog in my throat. One of those coqui frogs out there must have jumped in my throat last night while I was sleeping.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to check the time. There's no timestamp, right? Wow. There just isn't any timestamp. There's no timestamp, but it's 9:07 a.m. in Hawaii. So we'll just use that as our benchmark. And 9:07, I got to be totally done by 9:15. Here we go. Tightening the hands, measuring the arm. So the elbows are shoulder width, no more than shoulder width. And cupping the back of the head and putting the crown of the head on the floor, walking the toes up, putting the weight over the head, lifting both legs, bending the knees, and coming up. And keeping the hands tightly locked, which I have not been doing. It's always good to go back and read, because you forget these things. Should make life a lot easier in the headstand to keep those hands purposefully, those fingers purposefully locked and tight. And I'm also bringing my toes more in the plane of my head, which is going to straighten out the posture like he says. You don't want to do that too much because it throws your balance off. So.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Rama
Also, we need to remember to exhale on the way down. So right before we come down, we'll take a nice deep breath and bring it all the way down, both legs at a time, on a long exhale. Interesting thing about inhale and exhale is that pain is felt more on the inhale and almost not at all on the exhale. So if you are at the end of the headstand feeling some pain, some stress, using muscles and whatnot that you haven't used for a while, just notice that when you exhale on the way down, it will be much easier. And that goes for a lot of postures where you're exhaling as you're going into the posture. You take a deep breath and you exhale into the posture, so that essentially bypasses any strain you're going to feel on the muscles as you stretch them out. Especially if you're going deeper than you usually go into a pose. So, like one more minute. So let's take a nice big deep breath and come down, both legs at the same time. There we go. So now we're going to do the headstand, or the shoulder stand. And, gosh, the lighting's terrible. They're right here. And we're going to do the shoulder stand. And I think tomorrow I'm going to talk about the shoulder stand, since it is the tandem pose with the headstand. And to some degree, you are compacting your vertebra when you do a headstand, especially in the cervical area. And the shoulder stand serves to release that pressure. Coming up, grabbing the hips, coming up halfway, loosening up the neck a little bit. And we're going to read how to do this correctly, which undoubtedly I'm not exactly doing right as far as approaching it. So coming up a little further, if you're comfortable, just move those hands down the back, lock the chin into the chest, tighten the hip muscles, and bring your stomach forward. Get the maximum stretch of your cervical spine. So I'm going to come down into Halasana. It's the way I like to exit the shoulder stand, with the plow pose, Halasana, or Halasana. And I'm going to roll out of it, slowly, one vertebra at a time, keeping the legs fairly straight, and dropping the legs on an exhale. And releasing all the tension, letting it float up to the clouds. Only going to stay here for a minute or two. I think I'm going to rename these sessions to A Working Man's Guide to the Headstand. Last time I used working man in a title, it got 600 views. going to come out of this in a minute. And thank you to Wah. She has this amazing ability to put you in a completely connected space with this particular album, whose name I'll look up when I get up. But man, just breathing and listening to this music is takes you far, far away. Anyways, let's see what's going on here. So that was let's check it out. The name of the album is, what is it? The name of the album, funny enough, is Savasana, which is that last pose we did, the corpse pose. So that's Wah, W-A-H, and she is out of LA. She's a Leo, and she just has some pretty amazing stuff. If you're into meditative music or like to have that around in case you want to relax, definitely check out Wah, W-A-H. And I'm Trayce Pjirrou. This is Ride and Shine Yoga. Going to continue on this week, hopefully every morning. And I'm going to continue to go more in depth on the whole technique aspect and benefits of the headstand. And then we will get into the shoulder stand. So by the end of the next 14 days, because this is day number 16 of a 30-day headstand challenge, by the end of those 14 days, we're going to know the headstand and the shoulder stand like the back of our hands, right? So make sure you keep tuning in. I always have difficulty posting this on Instagram, and on Facebook, you know, they take the live post and I think they cut it to 20 minutes. So when I go an hour, I have to post it again, and then I have to put full version. So if you bring up my Facebook page or my Instagram page, and there's 2 videos, look for the words full version, and that'll give you the entire session, right? Because a lot of times they cut off the headstand. And now I'm posting them on YouTube, but they won't appear there till approximately 24 hours after I post, okay? So today's video on YouTube will be approximately at this time tomorrow. All right, so signing off, Trayce Pjirrou. Have a great, what is it, Wednesday? Wednesday, the 3rd of September, 2025. Adios.